Hello, everyone, and welcome to this month's Cha-ching podcast. Today, we're talking about preparing for college while you're still in high school and taking the steps necessary for the application process. So now, college may seem like it's a pretty long time away, especially if you're a freshman or a sophomore, but there are ways to prepare for that process in the early years and the later years of high school to prepare for college. So let's start off with the early years when you're a freshman or a sophomore. If you would like to, you could go and talk to your counselor, and this is great because you have options to talk to them about what classes you should be taking in aiming for the type of career path that you want to take, especially if you know that career path early on. You could also talk about what core classes you may be taking in the college according to the coursework and course load that goes with your career path. And also, obviously, they could tell you what kind of colleges you should be looking for, the names of different colleges in the area, or maybe a specific area that you would like to go to that offer your course as well. Another obvious tip would be to study hard. And in high school, these grades count, and they're important to get you into the initial steps of getting into college. They're going to be looking at your grades as it is. Studying right and developing those skills of studying will also really help you out when you get into college as well anyway. As far as saving for college, you would also like to start saving at this point too. Now, as a freshman or a sophomore, you may not have a part-time job yet, but you can be collecting some of the money you get from your holidays, from your birthdays, maybe an allowance you may have. Always start taking a little bit of that aside and putting it into a savings account and making sure that you have even maybe a percentage-wise that you take out of everything that you get or earn to go into a savings account. And also talk to your parents and see if they already have a college fund set up for you that you can contribute to. You also want to get involved. Getting involved in extracurricular activities shows the college admission officers that you're a well-rounded individual as well. So let's talk about junior year. We're going to split up junior year and the senior year because there are different things that you could be doing within these 2 years. As far as the junior year is concerned, you would want to read more about the majors and careers that you would be getting yourself into. Figure out what you're interested in. Maybe you've had time to look over what career path you'd like to take, but you can really hone in on that specific industry and find out what exactly you want to do. If you're thinking about getting into healthcare, now's the time to think about whether you want to become a doctor, a nurse, or maybe a practitioner. So you can hone in more on what you want to do within that career path. Visit college campuses. There's a lot of things that go into this. You could check out the college campuses. Just make sure that it's the right type of environment for you. You could go out to a school in the middle of nowhere where you're nowhere near a city and there's nothing to do and find out that that's not what you wanted and you'd be miserable. So find out by going there if it's the right type of environment for you, if all the campus provides you with the types of activities and people that you're looking for as well. You also want to learn about the college costs and how financial aid works. Now, when it comes to college, obviously college is expensive. It's only getting more expensive, and that's why saving in your prior years is also important for that. But you also want to learn about deadlines, when to get these applications in, and what the fees are for those. You would also want to take the required tests. Now, the PSATs or the SATs, you can actually take classes at this point in time, whether you're a sophomore or junior, I believe, to prepare for those tests. So you want to be taking preparation courses, and that may cost money as well. So the money that you're saving could also go towards something like that. So let's talk about senior year. This is the point when everything is coming together. You're getting ready. Things in high school may be slowing down, but you're getting ready for the big gear up of going off to college at this point. You want to finalize your list. Now, this means narrowing down your choices of schools. By this time, you probably should have a few schools picked out anyway. But this is actually really important. You don't want to be applying to all the schools that you can, because sending in these applications, usually it's at least $50 to go in with this as a fee to go with the application. So if you're just sending out applications everywhere that may offer the course, you're spending a lot of money that goes with that. So narrow this list down with all the years behind you as far as what you've been looking into, the courses that you need to be taking, the schools that you want to go to, whether the environment's right for you. You could come down to a list of less than 20, but most preferably less than 10. And at that point, when you're sending out those fees, you know that you're at least taking a chance on a college that you truly want to go to. Get the applications together and start applying. Now that goes with that. The fees that cost a lot. You also have the narrowing down of the money that you're going to be facing for what you're paying into that, and you have to watch for all those deadlines as well. The last thing you need is to be in your senior year, you pay the fees, you send in the application, you find out that you were late on everything and there's no chance of getting into that school. Now you're in your senior year, you don't have any years left to go and wait for that, so that would be a real big bummer. You can also see what you qualify for in financial aid at fafsa.gov. Along with that, you can also talk to your guidance counselor about financial aid in terms of scholarships or grants. At this point in time, you would also want to consider taking a college course or two in the area. There's always local community colleges that offer courses for high school students to prepare for college classes, and you might be able to transfer those credits to those colleges in terms of your coursework. So if you need any more tips, I'm sure that your guidance counselor can give you some more information. Of course, there's always podcasts and different financial blogs out there available to college students. There's always a lot of tips, but we like to give them to you here first, especially in terms of how to use your savings account effectively at the credit union. So join us next time for the next Cha-ching podcast next month.